Paris, the city of lights, the capital of romance, the dream destination for millions. I came here with a head full of movie scenes, strolling along the Seine, sipping coffee at a charming cafe, maybe even falling in love under the twinkling lights of the Eiffel Tower. My camera was ready, my heart was open, and my expectations were sky high. But the Paris that greeted me wasn't just the one from the postcards. Within hours of arriving, another reality, one that isn't featured in the travel brochures, came into sharp focus. Tucked away, but in plain sight, were the makeshift homes of people who had traveled thousands of miles, not for a vacation, but for a chance at life itself. As I walked from the Gare du Nord, I saw it. Under the arches of a railway bridge, a sprawling village of blue and gray tents. This wasn't a camping site for adventurous backpackers. This was a migrant camp. Families, young men, people from all corners of the world. We're living in the shadow of the very train tracks that bring tourists like me into the heart of the city. The contrast was jarring. The sounds of children playing echoed against the rumble of the Eurostar. The smell of cooking fires mingled with the city's perfume. It was a whole other world, existing right alongside the one I had come to see. My initial reaction was a mix of shock and confusion. Is this really Paris? The city celebrated for its beauty and art. Over the next few days, I made it a point to see beyond the tourist trail. And the more I looked, the more I saw. Near Porte de la Chapelle, another camp, larger this time. People were washing clothes in buckets filled with water from a public fountain. A man sat on a dirty mattress, staring into the distance, his face a canvas of exhaustion and uncertainty. These weren't just abstract statistics you read about in the news. These were human beings, each with a story, each with a past they had fled and a future they were desperately trying to build. One afternoon, I found myself near the Canal Saint-Martin, an area known for its trendy bars and bohemian vibe. And there they were again. Tents lined the picturesque waterway, their reflections shimmering on the water next to the tour boats gliding by. Tourists on the boats would snap pictures of the canal, some carefully angling their cameras to avoid the tents, others looking on with a mixture of curiosity and discomfort. It was like watching two different movies being projected onto the same screen. On one side, the idyllic Parisian life. On the other, a raw, unfiltered story of survival. I decided to try and understand. I learned that many of these people are from countries like Sudan, Eritrea, and Afghanistan. They've crossed deserts and seas, facing unimaginable dangers, all in the hope of finding safety and a new beginning in Europe. Paris, for many, is a major transit point. Some hope to claim asylum here in France, while others dream of making it to the UK. But the system is slow, overwhelmed, and incredibly complex. While they wait, the streets become their home. I saw volunteers from local organizations distributing food and blankets. They were the front line, offering a sliver of humanity in a situation that felt overwhelmingly bleak. One volunteer, a young woman named Chloe, told me they do what they can, but it's like trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. The needs are immense: food, shelter, medical care, legal advice. But resources are stretched thin, and the political will to find a permanent solution seems to be stuck in a perpetual debate. The living conditions are, to put it mildly, harsh. I saw makeshift kitchens set up on sidewalks, with people cooking over small gas stoves just feet away from speeding traffic. There's no sanitation, no privacy, no security. The winter is brutal. With freezing temperatures turning the tents into ice boxes, the summer brings its own challenges. With scorching heat and the constant risk of dehydration. And then there's the psychological toll, the uncertainty, the boredom, the feeling of being invisible in a city of millions. One evening, I stood at the Trocadero, watching the Eiffel Tower sparkle on the hour. Just as I had dreamed, the crowd around me mewed and awed. Their phones held high to capture the magical moment. But my mind was elsewhere. I was thinking of the man I saw earlier that day, trying to fix a leak in his tent with a piece of plastic sheeting. For him, the city's lights weren't a symbol of romance, they were just lights in a city where he was trying to survive the night. The glittering tower felt distant, almost like a mirage, representing a promise of a beautiful life that was, for so many, just out of reach. This isn't a story with an easy answer. It's a complex web of geopolitics, economics, and human rights. It's about the clash between national sovereignty and our shared responsibility to our fellow human beings. And it's happening right now, in the heart of one of the world's most celebrated cities. My trip to Paris was not what I expected. It was something more. It was a powerful, and at times uncomfortable, lesson in perspective. It made me realize that the glamour of a city, its monuments and its museums, is only one part of its story. The other part is written on its streets and the lives of the people who inhabit them. And to truly know a place, you have to be willing to see both. You have to be willing to look past the picture-perfect facade and confront the complicated, messy, and profoundly human reality that lies beneath. Paris is still the city of lights, but for me, those lights now illuminate something much deeper. A city of stark contrasts, of heartbreaking struggles, and of the enduring, unbreakable resilience of the human spirit. It's easy to feel helpless in the face of such a massive crisis, but awareness is the first step. Organizations like Doctors Without Borders, the Red Cross, and local Parisian charities like Utopia 56 are on the ground every day, providing essential aid. You are not alone. Coming here, I wanted to capture the beauty of Paris. I think I did, but it wasn't just the beauty of the architecture or the art. It was the beauty of human connection I saw in a volunteer's smile, the beauty of resilience in a child's laughter echoing from a tent, and the beautiful, terrible, and complicated truth of our shared world. Thank you for watching, and for taking the time to look beyond the postcard. Follow for more stories that explore the world we live in.